we're reacting to family members and marketing guys, not medical professionals, as we wait for good news and hope for good news. Some positive signs, but what does that mean? What is the prognosis? We have heard nothing in terms of prognosis. You know, we have an uncle. We don't know how close the uncle is to the situation. And parents, relatives, uncles, aunts, they all of them, hear different things than hearing the totality of it, right? So if and when something happens, we will update you. If and when there's an update, we will update you. But all we can do is hope and understand that the medical people haven't told us anything. It also, though, relates to so many other things. I just thought of this as all of it is so relatable. And please, again, in an effort to not be misperceived, because people hear what they want to hear, in no way would I ever downplay the importance of this injury and this and what happened, okay, and his health. But there is a reality to it. Like I saw Reggie Bush tweet today that this is why players should have guaranteed contracts, 100% guaranteed contracts. Now, the first thing is the lies that you're told by NFL players and by the NFLPA is that they don't have guaranteed contracts. That's a lie. That's a lie. First round draft picks have guaranteed contracts. The contracts aren't as big as they used to be. They are guaranteed. Secondly, everybody's contract is guaranteed to a point. However much you get in guaranteed money, that's based upon your ability to negotiate. Take Lamar Jackson, for example, because, again, this is all what it's about, right? Like, hey, a player should want a fully guaranteed contract because one hit can change his life forever. Understood. Which is also why an owner doesn't really want a long-term guaranteed contract. What's true for a player, I'm not arguing, but it's the opposite is true for an owner. Because, and this is the worst possible outcome, but all the outcomes in between where you can get hit and hurt your knee or your throwing shoulder or a part of your brain or whatever, and you can't perform. They're still on the hook. I get it. There's insurance, whatever. They're still on the hook for all that money. So Reggie might be right, but he's only seeing it from the player's perspective, not seeing the owner's perspective. Right? That's the Lamar Jackson thing. I want a 5-year guaranteed contract just like Deshaun Watson. Why would I give you a 5-year guaranteed contract just like Deshaun Watson when you've been hurt the last 2 years? And the way in which you play football leads me to believe you're likely to be hurt again. And less effective the older that you get because you'll slow down some, you'll get hit more, and potentially get hurt more. And oh yeah, by the way, people could say he doesn't have a guaranteed contract this year. That's not true. If he signs the franchise tag, he'll have 1 year completely guaranteed at $40-some-odd million. His choice is sign the 1 year franchise tag or agree to terms on their terms, which is like $200 million guaranteed. That's not non-guaranteed money. It's just not 100% guaranteed. There's an out in there in case you get hurt, you don't play well, whatever. So I hate the disingenuous nature of NFL contract negotiations from the player's perspective, where we don't have guaranteed, we need guaranteed contracts. Like, all right, they are guaranteed to a point, and how much you get guaranteed is completely up to you. You don't have to sign it. Nobody makes you sign it. With the exception of your rookie deal, which is a slotting deal. You know? But so many of these things, you know, I mean, like, look at the Russell Wilson contract. First 4 years are guaranteed. Is that really something that the Broncos, if the Broncos had a do-over, would they do it over? Hell no. No chance. Kyler Murray's contract, starting next year. First 3 years guaranteed. Would they have it? Of course they would tear that thing up if they could. In a heartbeat. But they can't because they signed it. So I look at it and I say to myself, all of these things are interrelated within that particular play, the reaction to it, all of our emotions to it. It's what makes football really, really difficult. You know, how many former players do you get when a quarterback gets sneezed on, there's a penalty thrown, you're like, wow, we're just sissifying football. And again, there's a big difference between sissifying football and brushing up against a quarterback's head, with your hand, and that gets called for a penalty, or hitting them, slightly below the knee, or pushing them back and falling on them, and this particular play, which was a fairly routine play. It just clearly hit him at the wrong place, the wrong time, with the wrong amount of force, right? But between targeting and player safety and guaranteed contract, it's all wrapped up right there for you. So let's all take a breath. We're going to talk about sports. We're not diminishing in any way the fact that a young man's laying in a hospital bed clinging to his life. And when we get an update, we'll share it with you. But me personally, I'm not sharing updates from marketing people and from family, only because that's not their purview, right? I need to hear from somebody, a medical personnel. And I know that they're not sharing information because they don't want to get sued. Nobody wants to get sued. But at some point in time, we'll get the info and just hope for the best. Can we do that?